Hey, how's it going? Roby here. Welcome back to the channel. This is video number 3. And no, we're not talking about ORIS despite the ball cap. I just thought that would be a perfect opportunity for me to mention the prize package that we have available for you. So check it out in the comment section below. No, today in fact, we're talking about a different 4-letter brand, and that's YEMA. And their all new Urban Sport collection. In fact, I have one on my wrist right now, the Yachtingraf. So let's get started.
Are you ready?
This past week, YEMA released a new 3-watch collection that they're calling the Urban Sport. While the watches share a common case and bracelet, each pays homage to an emblematic collection from the French watchmaker's past, the Yachtingraf, the Flygraf, and the Rallygraf. The case itself is also a self-referential homage of sorts, harkening back to a YEMA model from the 1980s. But we have most recently seen this silhouette in the Rallygraf Alpine Endurance Team collaboration, launched earlier this year. Fashioned from 316L stainless steel, it measures 39mm in diameter and 48mm lug to lug. It is 11.7mm thick, but looks and feels slimmer on wrist. Brushed and platter flat across the top, the watch has steeply sloping lug ends that are finely chamfered. The case sides are full polish, as is the notched bezel edge. The whole shebang is topped with a piece of 2mm thick sapphire glass. The bracelet, which appears integrated but is actually not, also reaches back to brand designs from the 1980s. It is a 9-link, engineer style, with a mix of brushing and polish like the case. It drapes perfectly for a snug fit on the wrist, and I really like the significant taper from 20mm to 16mm at the clasp. My only complaint, and it's a common lament with me, is that despite a nice diver's extension, the clasp is stamped and lacking in a toolless adjustment. On-the-fly micro-adjusting clasps used to be the purview of high-end luxury watches, but no more. Sub-$1,000 timepieces with comfort adjustment abound. It's the last piece of the puzzle for YEMA's value-driven collections. Each of the watches is equipped with the brand's in-house YEMA 2000 caliber. It promises accuracy within plus or minus 10 seconds a day and a power reserve of 42 hours. It does have a smooth 4Hz sweep. Of the 3 new offerings, the Yachtingraf is probably my personal favorite. It features what the brand is calling the deep sea dial. It has a very subtle vertical gradient that begins in light blue on the upper end and moves to a darker blue in the lower half. The sector-style dial and angled chapter ring add depth, while the polished baton-style indices provide a definite vintage vibe. By way of a bezel, Yachtingraf employs a bidirectional friction-style action with a 60-minute graduated aluminum insert that features a special 15-minute countdown indicator to time regatta starts. The Flygraf is affixed with a vertically brushed matte black dial, reminiscent of aircraft fuselage. It also features YEMA's iconic Flygraf logo above 6 o'clock. The design has graced Flygraf references since the 1960s. The bidirectional bezel is especially designed to make various in-flight calculations such as fuel consumption and airspeed, and the conversion of nautical miles to land miles or miles to kilometers. The Rallygraf, also black, sports checkered flags at 6 o'clock. The stark black and white colorway provides for high legibility, and the red second hand adds a sense of motion and flair. Its bezel features a tachometer scale, which can be used to calculate average speed over distance. With the aid of the internal bezel, one could also measure elapsed time. Each watch is treated with superluminova for after-hours legibility. The stamped, solid case backs are screwed down, though the crowns are not. Nonetheless, the timepieces are each rated to 100 meters of water resistance. Leather strap options are also available.
YEMA has a number of affordable options amongst its mechanical collections that compete head-on with brands like Seiko and Citizen. Where the family-owned watchmaker may have the upper hand is in its ability to pivot and respond quickly to market trends with niche offerings like we find here in the Urban Sport. The brand's back catalog is full of design inspiration, and whether the reference in question is a reinvention or a simple reissue, I think that enthusiasts understand what they're getting is a heritage brand from a genuine manufacturer. All 3 pieces in the Urban Sport collection offer vintage styling with solid specs and in-house movements, and they won't break the bank. This is YEMA's wheelhouse. Thanks for watching.